stuff as well. And so we'll talk about this stuff in a second. But before we do, let's get into some tweets and questions.
I really thought the second word was going to rhyme with tweets.
I know, I thought about it.
Tweets
and questions.
Good.
How about, well, what do you want to say? What would it be?
I don't know. I also tried to do it just now and couldn't come up with something.
What about this? Let's get to some tweets and sweets.
I like tweets and questions better,
Okay.
I think.
Chelsea?
Do you want to also name the segment?
Nope.
Okay.
Do you want to also name the segment?
Tweets and questions it is then. Great.
Okay, so here's some fun tweets that people tweeted at us using the hashtag Cloverfeels. So, all right, well, let's dig right in. Before we start talking about the trailer and dissecting that, let's jump into some tweets and questions. All right.
I'm so happy I remembered that.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me that you remembered.
It's a good bit, man. It's a solid bit.
At Griffin Loves You on the Twitters tweeted at me, let's start the podcast.
I thought we already did that.
A
That was
little bit of tweets and questions. I've got some tweets here from people that were actually, this one from Justin Brown at Landstander. Before we jump into the funness of today's episode, I want to read some tweets and questions.
Tweet.
It looks like Backsorn at Backsorn Dominic know this man. I want to do something that maybe some of you know I'm gonna do, which is
take a BuzzFeed.
Questions.
We should have harmonized earlier. That was a mistake.
We should have figured it out. There's two things we should have done before we started this podcast. One, we should have figured out a harmony there to make that fun. And two, I should have gone to the bathroom. Here we go. Guys, some really exciting stuff has happened in the ARG. And so we've got all sorts of weird shit going on. And before we talk about the latest news from JJ and what's going on with the trailers and the movie and stuff, let's talk about some tweets. Questions.
It's never smooth.
No.
It's never good.
I'm gonna start off with some tweets before I get to questions. But I'm actually gonna dig into the alright, I'll take that. So let's get to some tweeting, and then we'll get to a bunch of emails too that I've gotten. I guess we can kind of start from. But before we jump into, thank you for coming back, Mike. Before we get into, I didn't think you would. Yeah, I thought maybe you weren't coming back. Before we get into the main episode, let's get to some tweets. Questions.
The problem is there's no harmony for that. We keep trying to do it.
No.
You can't force a harmony, baby boy, girl.
Well, you know what's funny is your thumb was up for me. Like you were gonna go high. That if I was a good musical person, I would be like, okay, he'll take the high and I'll take the low.
I was more, the thumb was to gear up for the tweets part.
Oh, I thought you were going like I'm going high.
It makes sense.
But that's
makes
not what you were
100% sense.
doing.
No.
Okay.
I was just having a great time with my hands and mouth.
Well, have fun with it. So let's see where we can start off here. God damn it. People keep sending me fucking Swamp Pop shit, and I'm sick of it. All right, guys. Here's the truth, and it's the long and the short of it.
Oof.
There are some tweets.
Question.
So, guys, I'm really excited because we are, we're 2 days away from our screenings. Before we get into how we felt about 10 Cloverfield Lane and our spoiler-free review, let's get to some tweets and questions. It's going to be really tough to kind of like filter a lot of the tweets because there's a lot of stuff about the movie and John Matos at Graphically John.
I hate it here.
He tweeted out at Cloverfeels, I made a Cloverfeels. Guys, this episode is a bonus, which means it won't be like the other episodes.
No, it'll be different.
Basically, what this will be is a gigantic news,
which is, of course, Swedish for tweets.
Guys, I want to get to a point in this podcast's history where Tweets'n Questions turns into this.
Inquisition.
No, that's it. The last part was question.
Oh, I got it now.
And then eventually it'll just be, guys, it's time for on the Cloverfields podcast where we read your...
And then when we're like late in our 60s and we're still doing it, okay, guys, welcome back to Tweer. And like that's the casual old guy way of doing it.
Well, okay, it's time for the part of the show when we read your
easy now. That's okay. Okay, the first one comes from Ichabod 12. Hello, Ichabod 12. That one's on Reddit.
See you going anywhere?
Good. So that's the answer. Thank you for asking.
So let's get to some tweets and then I want to read to you guys some fun emails you guys have been sending me. But
Kate and Twee.
Some people are saying things like Spookington Bone. Anyway, guys, so nothing's happening in the ARG at all.
Damn.
But you know what is happening?
You know what my favorite tweets are? The ones that are like, I'm never drinking anything ever again while listening to your podcast. Because I never know when the tweets and questions.
Stupid shit. We're always going to do stupid shit. Please don't choke while listening to our dumb shit.
Dude, and the people like at their jobs or like on the bus
are laughing out loud.
where they can't laugh.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's my favorite.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. You know what I realized?